Hi TheMapleKnits, thank you so much for being here today. I wanted to quickly go over some of the current works in projects. I'm actively working on 3 main ones, then I have some off to the side that I haven't really touched or I haven't felt like working on. So let's begin with the ones that I'm actively currently working on. I will start off with this one over here because it is taking up a lot of the space. So this is the Comfort Fade Cardi by Andrea Mowry from TheMapleKnits, and she has a knit along at this moment. I'm not really, I've posted something on Instagram, but I haven't really been posting my progress that much. Oh, I'm gonna drop some stitches here, but basically I'm starting to lose momentum because I know that it's getting quite warm here in Tokyo, and yes, so I'm not entirely sure why I didn't think about it, think about my projects better, and yeah, I should have thought about the weather coming up and worked on something like lighter. But anyways, this is what it looks like. This is the right side, but actually the wrong side in terms of pattern. And let's see if I have the yarn band. I think it's the company here, and the color is fennel. And I heard that this company is no longer producing anymore or creating any more yarn, which makes me so sad because it is such a beautiful yarn. I've saved some because I need to work on the collar at the end, and so I've been using these 3 mainly, kind of fading them, or sorry, 4 I should say. This is the 4th one here. Yeah, so I've been using these 4 and fading them. These other 2 I want to say are from this brand here in Japan. Let me get you the name. The last one here is the Cloudborn Fibers and the Highland Fingering. I originally bought this because I wanted to make the Weekender. And the story behind this yarn is that I was going to use it for the other project in here, but I was so enthusiastic about starting this without even thinking like it's going to get really warm in Tokyo soon, and I don't even know if I'll be able to finish it in time. And I've even thought about just keeping the sleeves short. So I'm already finished. I mostly finished the body part. This is probably hard to see. So this is what it's supposed to look like. I don't know if you can see the shoulder part there. I might even just, yeah, I think I might, well, I will probably end up doing the whole thing. But this main part is pretty much done. There's the fading that's going on. I didn't follow it to a T. I just did my random kind of fading, and I just need to finish the body part with some ribbing, but I don't have the needle size that I need for the ribbing, so I need to order that. But in the meantime, I thought might as well pick up the stitches for the arms, and so that's what I'm doing. And I highly don't believe that I will be finished in time for wearing this in time for the season. It's going to be way too warm, but it's such a beautiful yarn, the Olan one, and of course the other ones are as well, but this is definitely more on the rustic side. And I think I should have enough for like another sweater, but that's probably going to be, I won't be working on that anytime soon. It's very like more like a hardy woolly type of yarn. So but yeah, so I've been enjoying it so far and actively working on this probably almost on a daily basis. If not this, then I'll be working on my socks, and the other 3rd project I'll show you soon. So you're supposed to be wearing it this way with the pearl side, showing. But I think, I don't know, is this reversible? Like if you flip it inside out, I think you could probably wear it this way too, eh? I think with the fading though, it looks better with it this way, like it fades nicer, I think. So that's one of the projects that I'm actively working on here. And then, like I said, I'm working on socks as well. I don't know, I switch between this one and the other one. Sometimes I just want to do like simple stockinette knitting, and that one is too, but there's purling for the arms, are all pearls. I think it's called, there's another version, like a reverse stockinette, which I don't know how to do, and I could probably just search it on YouTube, but I just felt like purling everything instead. And sometimes I just want to knit. So one side I've done this much so far. I've used the round toe method. I think this is the second time I've done it so far, and yeah, it's going okay. I've stopped here because I think I need to go into my heel, most likely, and I feel like this is too wide, so I'm going to make this maybe 4 stitches smaller than this one and see which one fits better. I'm still very much a beginner, so I haven't really figured out my sizes. I mean, I've made a couple of socks before and they're all very big. So, but that's the fun part. I really enjoy just kind of going round and around and around with these smaller circular needles, so I don't have to do magic loop, and it just keeps going, and it's such a nice, relaxing project. And this is like a self stripe or self marling type of yarn, and I purchased it when I went back home to Canada. But I now realize I don't think I have enough. This is only 50 grams, meaning I only have 25 grams for each. So I think I will only have enough yarn for like maybe shorties. I'm not sure. And that's why I did the toe, and I'm going to do the heel in a different color as well, and of course the cuff. And it just so happened that the yarn that I got from the advent calendar is almost like, it's pretty identical, to the yarn here. I don't know if you can tell that on camera, but it's so similar, and it's almost as if this was made for this. It's just, I think it just worked out really, really nicely. The yarn advent is from Fibraskis. I'm always unsure of how to pronounce that name, but it is a yarn dyer from Hokkaido, Japan, and I'm really trying my best to kind of support the dyers here. As much as I want some of the yarns from overseas, I'm just trying my best to support more of the yarn dyers here in Japan. But yeah, it really works really nicely together, I think. And so these are the socks that I've been working on when I just feel like I just want to do some simple knitting. And this is a different row counter that I have. The other row counter is still on my other socks that I'm making for my husband. I just haven't really felt the urge to create. I think it's the yarn, like I said in the other video. This is a little bit different in that the number or the row that you're on is kind of floating in the ring, so that you know which row. And it's not really heavy or anything, but it's just a lot of fun to keep track of the rows that way. And I'm knitting using the 2.25 millimeter needles. This is the Haya Haya ones, my first time using the Haya Haya brand. And I think these small ones are maybe Knitter's Pride. I think I purchased from WIPS quite some time ago, along with the Cloudborne. And I just have my scissors and some instructions for the round toe, and that just kind of sits in this pouch here. And then lastly is a crochet and I just have been using a lot of these like Traveler's Company and type of bags, and they just fit really nice. I don't I mean, of course I want some project bags, but these are just perfect as well. So this is the other one. Oops, this is the other one that's sleeping right now. The other one that I'm working on is just a simple granny stripe blanket, and I've decided to use the yarn that I get from the subscription from a homespun house. Oops, my crochet hook fell out there. The homespun house is so pretty. The yarn is so pretty. I think these two might have been from the same Fibresque, the same dyer, and then I decided to continue with the yarn from a homespun house. I will leave the link, or maybe I'll put it like a card up here somewhere where you can see the close-up of the yarn from a homespun house. I did a little unboxing, and yes, so like I said, it's just a granny stripe throw. It's not really a blanket, it's not as big, but I'm finding it very difficult to continue. Like, the good thing about this is it's just one hook, and I'm using the 4 this side, and so if I just really literally just want to do a couple of stitches, then I could do it, and it's just very manageable right now. Like, I can easily carry it in, something small. But I'm just finding that one row takes up so much time. Maybe because I'm not I'm still a beginner, and I still have to remind myself how to create a straight edge. I'm gonna have to look into that, but I'm just going with the flow. I'm not a fan of these like holes. I've seen people make these granny stripe blankets, but they don't have holes in them, and I think maybe they're doing it very tightly, like they're crocheting very tightly. Like if I did this one over here with more of a tight hand and there aren't as many holes. I'm not sure. If you are a crocheter, can you please let me know how to go about not having these big holes? I mean, I guess that's the whole charm of the granny stripe or the granny square design, but yeah, I've seen so many blankets without the holes, and I guess that's what I'm hoping to achieve, is to have a nice throw with various different colors. But anyway, so I've decided to do that with the Homespun House yarns. This little project here off to the side is a sleeping. I don't know what happened. So the story is, I had all my yarns out and I created kind of a fade, and then I decided to make Find Your Fade, I think it's called, by, once again, Andrea Mowry. And yeah, it's just, this yarn here is very, very nice. And then eventually I wanted it to go into a fade using the Olan yarn, this one. But I used it in the sweater or this cardigan, so now my mind is thinking, okay, well, I don't have the fade that I was originally going to make, and so that then I just kind of, I don't know, I lost my want to make this shawl, and I don't know, I'm just a little confused, but I don't want to just frog it just yet. It has a really pretty lace. Let me put this out of the way here. So yes, you can see it has really pretty lace. I'm not a fan of lace. I'm not advanced enough to, I feel like I'm not advanced enough to really be comfortable with it. I keep losing track of where I am, and like if somebody asks me a question, then I'll lose my train of thought. Maybe you can see it better against the darker yarn there, but yeah, I feel like it's not very uniform, and perhaps because I feel like I've lost or I've slipped the wrong stitch, or I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's not very uniform, and maybe it will work out evenly once I block it. But yeah, I'm not very good with lace at all, and it's kind of discouraging me, I guess, to kind of continue on. But this yarn is so pretty. This is PeakyKnit, or PeakyKnit, once again a dyer here in Japan. And then lastly, I've been itching to make the ranunculus. I've been wanting to do it for quite some time, and then this yarn came in, and it's this one here. I actually caked it up, and it's so pink and colorful and so neon. I don't think it's coming across properly on camera, but so pretty. And I'm thinking maybe I should make something for my daughter, but I really want to do something for myself as well with this yarn. So I'm thinking of holding, I did a swatch just doing it with this yarn, and I felt that maybe it's a bit too colorful for my liking. And then I thought maybe I could hold it double with this yarn here. This yarn here is Ching fiber, and I purchased it on sale quite a while ago, and it's just been sitting there. Yeah, I felt like maybe try to hold it double with this colorful one to see if it tones down a little bit. It's still very colorful, but it tones it down a little bit. Or I might just purchase a simple white, or like an off-white or light gray yarn and hold it double. But at the same time, I don't want to waste this one as well, so I might continue swatching and see how it goes. I might just do like the top part of the ranunculus if it's not too difficult, and see if I like the way that it looks. And so that's where my mind is at right now. My number one goal is to finish that cardigan so that I could wear it for just a little bit. I'm happy that I've been wearing the other sweater, the White Mountains by Midori Hirose. I've worn quite a bit, so I'm very happy about that. And then the socks, I can, if I'm going to do shorties especially, I can just wear around the house as well. And the granny stripe, I'm just going to keep going at it whenever I feel like it. The homespun house yarn is definitely like a nice motivator because it's such pretty yarn. But I'm loving these colorful yarns, and it's like watercolor or something. I don't know what it is. It's just I'm so into these, but I just don't know if I can see myself wearing it. It's so interesting. Like I have no problem wearing like pink scarves and things, but as a sweater, or as a garment, I've never done anything like that. So and I think this is going to be quite warm for summertime, so I'm trying to see. My mind is kind of going a million miles an hour, but that's just my thoughts and recent, I guess, works in progress. Sorry, did I say works in projects? Works in progress projects. A lot of people refer it to as WIPS, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed this short video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.